Hey guys, welcome to today's video. In this video, I thought it would be really fun to make this old classic game character. His name is Nom. And if you never played the game Cut the Rope, it's a old mobile game. It looks something like this, right? You just have a character sitting there and you cut the candy and it falls into his mouth. And it's a very popular game. And I absolutely love this character. I think he's cute, adorable, and absolutely must be created in zBrush, right? Super simple. It looks like just a sphere with 4 teeth and a couple of feet and an antenna, right? So I think this is a awesome little exercise. Let's see if we can recreate something relatively quickly. So to get started, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my light box and I'll just grab something like, let's just grab this 128 to start with, right? I do like to switch my startup material just so I could see it a little bit better. All right, and now we just have to decide, do we want to stay in Dynamesh or do we want to maybe make it into like a more of a low poly situation, and then kind of, you know, block it out. I think because he's so simple, right, I really don't see the reason for doing that. You know, as I'm looking at this character here, it feels like the most complex part. And by the way, I love this position, the way he's sitting here, right, almost like a little puppy. So even though he has 4 legs, I think we should try to go for this pose right here. But I think the most interesting part about all of this is probably his mouth, right, the way it's cutting in. So I think I'm going to stay in Dynamesh and see if we can get this going. All right, so let's start with the hardest part, which is going to be the mouth. What would be, in your opinion, what would be the best way to do this? I can think of a few different ways. You can probably even grab something like Damien's Standard, make the brush super large, and then make sure active symmetry is on. Make sure I'm in sub mode. I can turn on my lazy mouse. I'm not sure I need any of this here, so it's not distracting. But I guess we can turn this on just in case we need it. But let's see if we can just simply use the Damien Standard to create, you know, something like that. I could do that. And it's kind of wide, right? You can see it's going from end to end. So I'm going to go do the same thing. Let's just do something like that. Right? And maybe I can even do it a couple times. So I could do something like this. And that's one way of doing it. And then, of course, to take it further, I would probably re-Dynamesh this, grab our move brush, make it super large, and literally just start kind of sculpting it into what I need it to be, right? And that is probably the best and easiest way to do this. Holding down the shift key, let me just smooth all of this, okay? And take a look very quickly. I got to something that seems to be probably what I need. I like how the cheeks are kind of coming out, right? You could see they're much wider. So maybe one thing we could do is grab our move brush and maybe we can pull these out like this, right? Just make sure that we maintain kind of this nice round mouth. So that's important, right? You don't want to get this too wobbly. And you know what? We could, if it does get to be blobby and wobbly, we could zero mesh this really quick. But you know, just kind of clean this up. I kind of like, you could see how this is kind of, it's not perfectly oval or round. It does feel like it kind of goes a little bit up, right? At least from the front. So I think this makes sense. I like how the mouth right here is somewhat round. So super simple, right? Just a quick little warm-up, ZBrush warm-up. Sometimes it's really fun to do simple characters instead of breaking them into nine parts and doing, you know, rigging and topology. Sometimes you just want to play. And that's what this is, just a quick little exercise. So again, I'm not going to be afraid of making surfaces to be uneven or you know, blobby, because again, let's just take a look and see how we can quickly clean this up. Before I clean this up and zero mesh it, let's add the 4 cylinders for the legs. And again, I really like this pose here, so I'm gonna kind of reference that. So I'm gonna go grab my cylinder, right? Let's do Control D a few times so it's nice and smooth, and then let's convert it into Dynamesh 128. So I'm gonna say no to subdivision levels, and now both the head and the cylinder is going to be the same Dynamesh 128, which is perfect because now I can just kind of merge them together, right? Let's jump out of the perspective view, grab our move, and the first thing I need to do is just make, all right, let's just go ahead and start from the front. So I'm gonna put this leg right here. And it does feel like it's really chubby and short, which is adorable. So I'm gonna do something like this. It's really important if we're doing this to keep this distance, right? Right now you can see if I mirror this over to the other side, my distance right here is gonna be really short. But what makes him super cute is the fact that he's kind of, not chubby, but he's kind of like just plopped down, right? That you don't really get this feeling here, but I like this a lot, right? It feels like he's kind of plopped down and the gravity kicked in and all this weight kind of just smushed down, right? I don't really currently have that, so that's a problem actually. Let me hide my leg for a minute. Let's go here and let's create kind of a similar feel, right? All right, and now to pull this down, I think we can just do something super simple. Let's just grab our move and let's turn active symmetry on with the radial button, right? And for the radial, I'm gonna switch it from X to Y, turn X off, all right? And again, I'm just gonna make it somewhat large. And essentially what I wanna do is I just wanna take the bottom part of the character. I wanna make sure it doesn't feel so round. It feels more like it's, like it's coming down, right? So let's do that now. I'm gonna take the radial symmetry and just kind of start pulling this down.